Hi again, my name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing another one of my brand videos. I have chosen Russ to share with you guys this time. I buy a lot of Russ, but usually it's my bread and butter. But in doing this research, there's a lot out there that are up there. I chose $40 and up, except I made one exception just for its cuteness factor. But yeah, there's some stuff to be looking for. So this was a good brand for me to remind myself of things I need to be looking for. All right, the way I do this is I go into eBay, use very general search terms. Russ Plush. I know a lot of these say Russberry. I have never used Russberry in a title or description. So just Russ Plush. I filter by used and solds, and then I sort by highest first, because I feel like used is what we're going to find at yard sales, thrift stores, estate sales. So I don't, yes, there's probably a lot on there that are higher dollar, but they're used. I mean, they're new, so we're not going to find them. And then with my solds, it's only 90 days old because that's all we can see. I will show you at the end of the video Terapeak for Russ Plush. Too much on my mind. Terapeak for Russ Plush, all of them. So you can just kind of see what's been selling, even though I can't go in earlier than 90 days to see any of the information. What I also do is I open up Terapeak. For everything that I go to do research on, I copy the title, put it into Terapeak. That does two things. Well, it does several things for me. I can see that listing to see if it's sold for what the screen is saying. A lot of times it doesn't. It's a different price because it was an offer or an auction or whatever. I can also see if I see that same listing again. So it either sold and they didn't pay, and then it got relisted and sold again. There's varying reasons why you might see the same listing. But then I open up that listing again. I go into the seller's feedback, search for it again, see if they've been given feedback. A lot of them do not have feedback. We have to do better as buyers to leave our sellers feedback. It helps everybody know that it was a positive a positive transaction, but it's just, bump their numbers up. If they did a good deal for you, bump their numbers up. Be supportive. If I don't see positive feedback, then I do go back into their store to see if it was relisted. That's the best I can do to make sure that these listings or these items actually did sell and the transaction was complete. All right, so Russ, let's get to it. I was going to set it at $40, but then I saw this one. I had to share it. This is a 1977 Bucky the Rabbit puppet. It sold for $39.99. On each of these listing pages, you're going to see either no feedback or positive feedback was left. Some of these are free shipping. Some of these were paid shipping. You'll have to look here on the shipping area to see. I didn't try to differentiate. So technically this one would have been over $40 with the shipping. But look how cute. Love it. I pick up most puppets. Some of them, I have to do several of them to, get a decent dollar amount. But, a lot of them I list individually. Now this is Russ, and it said RB Collection on the tag. I had to go peek at it. It's a Target, I guess, thing with Russ. This just is a little gray tabby cat. It sold for $44.95. This is a vintage 20-inch bear. His name is Winchester. A lot of the tags, especially if it's a green tag, has the name of the plush on there, so it helps, but some of the other ones don't. Google Lens sometimes can help you find the name of the plush. But don't let that be a sticking point. Just list it. If somebody's looking for a 20-inch brown bear, you know, they may find this one, even if they don't remember the name. This sold for $45. This is a tabby, I'm assuming the name was Tabby, orange striped cat. A lot of these are little, 5 inches tall. It sold for $42.46. I think a lot of these small ones like this, I say this a lot, little kids, toddlers, can hold on to their limb very easily, and they get very much attached to them, and it's like a lovey to them. So then the parents go looking for them, when either as a backup or as a replacement. This is Felicia, the lamb plush. A lot of lambs do well with Russ. I think I've got several in here to share with you, and I think the high dollar one was a lamb. This one sold for $44.49. I notice a lot of these sellers do like I do. Even if it has a tag attached to it, I don't list them as new. I don't. I list them as used and state, you know, the tag is attached or whatever. This is a 26-inch white bear. His name is Wubba. They put rare, one of a kind. Not sure about that. But it sold for $49.99, and the buyer did leave positive feedback. This is, there's a whole series called Love Pets. I think a lot of them, unless you've got the paper tag, you know, I haven't learned what is a love pet, what is not. But if it's got a paper tag, it'll tell you if it's one of the love pets, and those seem to be collectible. This is a 7-inch bear. His name is Tibby, and he sold for, on auction, $49.99. Russ, Arkansas Razorback Hog Plush. Again, it says Love Pets on that tag. You can see it there in the picture. It sold for $45. This is a realistic brown cat plush. Her name is Sierra, 22 inches long. Sold for $50, and the seller received positive feedback. Russ Love Pets again. This is Spud, the seal. Sold for $44.90. This little teeny tiny, it looks like it's like fleece type fleece, and like what's that word, flannel, maybe flannel ears. $45.99 for this little plush. This is Dottie, the Dalmatian dog. I mention quite often, I do really well with most dog plush that's like a specific breed. I just do well. They sell well for me. I get, you know, more for dogs and cats than I do usually for bears and rabbits. Dottie sold for $54.99. This is a Basset Hound. I'm not seeing his name, so they must have not known. Again, it's this kind of odd material when you look at them. Kind of terry cloth looking fleece, but they're usually little. This one, the last one was 7 inches. This one is 6 inches. It sold for $49.99. Pound Puppies. It has Russ and Applause on here. Pound Puppy is also Tonka, Galoob, just all kinds of different manufacturers for them. This one was from 2007. It looks like it's a mom and baby with their little box. It sold for $45. This is Rorik the Lion plush, pink, 10 inches tall, sold for $44.99. I love this one. definitely this one would catch my attention. It's just a little blue elephant, 8 inches tall. I think it's just adorable. Sold for $51.99. This is Bonito, the black bear, 15 inches, sold for $57.99. So definitely check the comps on bears also. A lot of them are my bread and butter, but we have examples here of ones that aren't. Now these, I talk about the Russ Home Buddies on several occasions. They are made out of terry cloth, and I always stress, if you see a plush made out of terry cloth, like a washcloth, flannel, that nylon stuff, definitely check them out. Russ has this whole series called Home Buddies. This is the rabbit. I think it's the one that sells the best. This one sold for $61.42. They're little, like 5 inches tall. I have a couple of the Santas. They don't do as well. There's several other animals, and I think sometimes they come in different colors. But I did bring this one up too. This is the one I find the most of. This is Sniffy the mouse. This one sold for $35. So definitely, but it's that terry cloth. So anytime you see that. This is another one of the, well, it's a clown. I think I've got another one, I think. I could be getting my videos mixed up. Nevertheless, this is a baby clown. It sold for $67.15. I pick up all plush that are clowns. Even like if it's a bear in a clown outfit, any kind of animal in a clown outfit, they tend to do very well. This is, it says a sad hound dog. I don't know, to me that looked more like a spaniel. Doesn't have a name on it. Oh no, it says Dusty. It sold for $44.50. So, dogs, Russ dogs. Oh yeah, here's the clown. This is the Bobo the clown. Just a cute little, I guess it kind of looks pinkish, but that could be the coloring. 13 inch. It sold for $59.70. This is Fluffles the lamb. I told you there's several lambs on here. This one is large, 18 inches. It sold for $53.99. Another cute bear, just adorable. I would say probably this one is Huggles. There's probably a blue one also, so they had like a nursery theme to them. This one sold for $60. Another rabbit. This is probably Lullaby Bunnies. Oh, if you pull the tail, it plays music. So it's one of those crib plush. This one sold for $74.99. Here's another dog. His name is Biscuit. I saw several plush that were named Biscuit in the Russ series, but they were just different colors. So keep your eyes out for that. This again is one of the small 5-inch ones. It looks like it's terry cloth, but it says it's a love pet. Sold for $69.99. Lots of these were listed. This is Tickles, the Bengal tiger, weighted. Anytime you have a plush that just seems heavier than normal, I like to put that word in. Again, a lot of kids that have sensory issues, weighted toys calm them down, make them feel more calm without putting attention on them. You know, all little kids love to have a plush. You know, a lot of times I used to be a special ed teacher. There were weighted vests, but that makes them look different. Some of the weighted pads, those were good. But just being able to lay a plush on their lap, you know, was much calming, much more easier for them and more calming. I did see Terapeak sales on this that were above the, you know, after the 90 days, up to $148 for this particular plush. But this one sold for $63.96. This is Russ Bopper. He's a white puppy dog. Looks like he kind of had gray ears. He sold for $60. Another dog, his name is Winston. He's one of the ones with the big heads. From 1977, he sold for $65. There were tons of these in the solds. This was the best one, but I picked it also because it was the one in the best condition. There were some that sold for like $50s and $60 that had obviously been dried in a dryer. When you wash or dry plush in a dryer, a lot of times the fur like gets matted. So I do not recommend that. If you're going to have to wash your plush, which I wash most of mine, but I let them air dry for 2 days. I do not recommend putting them in the dryer. This 10-inch Dunhill puppy dog sold for $87.99. Dinosaurs. I saw this one, and I want to call long neck. I loved Land Before Time. Brachiosaurus, that type plush also. But this is a jumbo, so it says it's 36 inches. It sold for $89.95. Now this is Snookums Jr. I have sold one that was called Little LIL Snookums. Anytime you see Snookums, definitely look them up. This one sold for $89.99. And if you see here on his feet, it has the waffle weave or the thermal weave. I've talked about that before. Anytime you see vintage plush that has this like checkerboard type fabric on it, it's called waffle weave. Definitely check the comps. Like I said, this Snookums Jr. sold for $89.99. We're getting into some of the big dollar stuff. Now her name is Cordelia Plush. There were several similar to this, but not exactly like this. Halloween, so of course it's popular right now. This doll dressed in a pumpkin outfit sold for $89.99. Another one of the lambs, and this one looks like it's not in the greatest of condition, but it still sold for $117. Her name is Lulu. She's pastel colored, kind of. I think a lot of times I'll use multicolor or tie-dye, that type of words. But yeah, $117 for Lulu. Now this trolls, a lot of troll plush are Russ. Some of them are Dam, some of them are a couple of other brands, Unita. But this is a large plush, 24 inches. I guess he was called the Boss Troll. He sold for $74.95. When we get to the last screen, where I show just other things that I couldn't open up for you to, but sold for high dollar, there's lots of large lots of trolls. So if you ever come across trolls, which I did when I did my online high bid auction, I did make smaller lots. I like to do smaller lots because they're more reasonable for somebody to buy. But some of the trolls I listed individually. But, you know, somebody would have an instant collection if you listed a whole bunch of them together. I think there was another one of these that sold, but when I opened up the listing, it said it had been relisted. So that's your first clue a lot of times with these, is when you open up the listing and you scroll, you know, it says, you know, this item has ended, and sometimes you'll see this item has been relisted. That's the first clue. They did not get paid. I meant to show that. All right, Snuggles. Lots of Snuggle Bears are Russ. This is one of the larger ones. There were others that had sold for a lot less than this, probably because people didn't check Terapeak. You know, if you don't check Terapeak and you're only going on the last 90 days, you could end up selling something for way less based on current comps. check Terapeak. If you've got Worth Point, which I just bought and I love it, I use it a lot now just to make sure that I'm being reasonable with my prices, especially when I can't find anything on eBay. You know, it helps to see how it has sold in the past. If something sold for $50 6 years ago, it might be worth $100, $200, you know. So it's just another tool to be able to come up with a good price for your item. But this 22-inch Snuggle Bear from 1986 sold for $120. I don't know if I found the large one. I find Snuggle Bears a lot, but I don't think I have found the large one. I don't watch TikTok, but I have heard of this. I saw posts about it on Facebook. There was a TikTok that made this thing go viral. This is a Russ Make Someone Happy donut. You guys can read what's down here. I love you. And then there's a little bit more. But it sold for $114.95. And it's a 9-inch plush. All right, another large Russ Troll doll. This one is Dracula, 27 inches. It sold for $121.95. I would pick that up in a heartbeat just because I know it would be very good. All right, last item. And there were several of these. This was the highest priced one. This is a Raspberry Love Lamb, 10 inches. 10 inches, has a little cross on its chest. It sold for $189.99. So definitely keep your eyes out for Russ sheep, lambs. All right, I'm going to go to this last screen. This is the screen that I was using. All I put in is Russ Plush, 365 days. I've already sorted it here, but you would click on average sold price to get it to sort by highest price. I'm going to make this bigger so everybody can see it better. Here we go. $450. Well, if you look up here, average sold price, $16.22. They range from a penny. $450. Average shipping, $8.39. 26% use free shipping. I don't do free shipping. And in the last year, 16,000 Russ Plush sold. All right. The largest one, $45, was a plush bunny, gray, 80 inches. Huge. Look at the shipping, $85. Here's a whole bunch of Russ trolls. This was it says a wizard troll, $290. I cannot confirm or deny any of these were actual positive transactions that actually, you know, concluded in a real sale. 73 trolls for $240. See, a lot of trolls. Here's this one that was $199, but it's been relisted. Here's my little lamb, $189. You can see this is the same wizard. So I'm assuming they never did get paid. This is King Lion Retro in a tracksuit, $150. Again, here's more of the Tickles the Tiger. As you can see, there's lots of them. Not sure why Pottery Barn. A lot of times if you list something and you realize you've made a mistake, like the thing that you listed before was Russ, you went to list something else and forgot to take the Russ out even though it wasn't Russ, it's going to show up in a search even though you've gone back in and you've changed it. It's just, it happens. Here's some 24-inch bride and groom, $129.95. Here's a bunch of those donuts that sold. A special listing. So you're seeing some of the things I shared with you. Another large Russ, $111. Fortnite I don't know if Russ does Fortnite. I can't confirm or deny. I was going to show you just a few more just to give you an idea. Let's scroll back up to the top. It, for some reason, likes to stay at the bottom. Very cute. This is a green frog. $100. A lot of these that are auctions. My lullaby bunnies. I didn't have any to share with this time. Here's a snowman, supposedly sold for $99. Pocket dragons. I didn't see any of them currently, so they must be hard to come across. $99. Here's another one of the, this says Dozy, the white rabbit. Looks like it's holding a lovey. $99. Here's that Dunhill dog again. The donut. A large elephant. Definitely, I'm coming to find out, even though I don't like packing large plush, some of them do really well, and buyers don't mind paying large shipping for something that they, you know, collect. This is the Snookums Junior. I think the other one I showed you, I think was Senior. I don't remember, but I sell the little Snookums a lot. Butter Bear, $95, but again, you're seeing two of them there. Just, this is what I do. Look, this cute hippo named Simone. $92. It says it's 4 inches high. If you want to start learning plush more, this is what you need to do. Go into Terapeak. Keep your search very general by brand, and just look through these. Get your, you know, do the research, start remembering names. And it almost seems every time I release one of these videos, I get a comment in my Facebook group. I heard you say this, and they go to the thrift store, and within the next week, somebody has found something that I talk about. Not me, but these, my viewers, my friends. But yeah, so this is what I do. This is how you learn new brands, and this is how I share these videos with you. All right, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you've got any thoughts on a brand that you would like for me to share with you, please definitely put stuff down in the comments, and I will add it to my list. I've been trying to pick stuff that, for some reason, is applicable at the time. You know, sometimes it's a post in my Facebook group, or, you know, something I've seen, something I've picked up. But Russ is a brand I buy a lot of, so I thought it would be a good one for me to share with you guys. All right, I've got some more videos to make. Busy, busy, busy here. Bye.